Hey, how you doing? This is part two of a series on why I chose to pursue and purchase the Bambu P1S as my next 3D printer. So part one previously was about the entire multi-filament, multicolor 3D printer space and why specifically I chose the P1S over the competitors. In this video, I want to highlight the first impressions. Now, note this is coming from a hobbyist point of view. I am not a big fancy celebrity. I don't have a big YouTube channel or just a ton of resources. My skills and expertise align with probably a lot of yours who are watching. So this very much is a hobbyist view. And so I want to give you an idea of what the first impressions of the P1S are. The first thing I noticed about the P1S is its speed. This thing is fast, especially when you consider and if you've worked with other entry-level 3D printers before. So I had the Creality Ender 3, the Soval SV04, both printers that were pretty darn good, but this speed-wise blows them away. The comparison isn't even close. It's so fast, in fact, that as it's laying down the layers, the entire device starts to shake and is a little wobbly. Not the device itself, but if you don't have something sturdy holding it, that will wiggle and jiggle. Like when I started, I was doing housework. I didn't have access to the room that I wanted to put my 3D printer in, but I couldn't wait. I don't have the patience for that. So I put the P1S actually on the box that it came in, just a cardboard box. And I mean, the whole thing was shaking and wiggling, and still print quality was fantastic. The table I have now probably should be updated. I have a video of it wobbling here, but it still prints great. So I would recommend a sturdy table, but that printer speed is really nice and it prints really fast. That's what I'm talking. That's the first impression I had. Immediately, you're going to be impressed with the speed. So the next thing I know shouldn't really matter, but as a person, I can't help it. It does. So I open my P1S, I'm digging in there, I'm about ready to put it all together, and I notice a little brown box, and there is a motor for a benchy in that box. Now, this is something that Bambu's thrown into with the printer, and essentially on the box as a QR code, you can 3D print a benchy, you put the motor on that benchy, put it in water, you can just wind the motor up, and then your benchy is going to be swimming around in the water. So here's the thing. This is such a minuscule, small little thing, but I love it so much. I understand it's a business. They need to make money, but as a consumer, I like to know, or in an ideal world, I would like the people I'm buying from actually care about the users. They have a little bit of character and personality. They want to have fun with it. They don't take themselves too seriously. And that's what this exudes to me. So I opened this. I absolutely loved it. It was completely unexpected. And I've always heard good things about Bambu, right? Mainly I heard the printers are good quality, customer service is good. But when I see just a little extra personality and some fun, just something minuscule like this, I have immediate buy-in. And I'm like, okay, Bambu is a company I want to make this work now. So I absolutely love it. I know if you're deciding on printers, you shouldn't decide, oh, I like Bambu because they gave me a motor for my benchy. But I don't know, as a consumer, it does something. They started on a great foot just because that one small little detail they added. I absolutely love it. So another thing I loved about the P1S is once I took it out of the box, it took 15, 20 minutes to set up. And I was getting high quality prints, better than my Ender 3, better than my Soval, and that was with printing it on the cardboard box that it came with. That's exactly what I wanted in this printer. I was very impressed that immediately it gave you good prints. I didn't need to calibrate. I didn't need to do test runs. I did literally nothing. And immediately it started working. And that's so nice. That's exactly what I was looking for. And in the time, I've been using this for about a month and a half now, and I've printed big things, little things, multi-materials. I printed multi-colors. I printed with Hatchbox. I've printed with Bambu filaments. And I've only gotten a single error code this whole time, and that was easily resolved just a little, not even a glitch, just sometimes I didn't put the plate exactly where it needed to go. And so, I mean, I'm very impressed with how easy it is to use, how self-sufficient it is. And in fact, this, if you remember, the K2 Plus was really the big competitor in my mind. The one that I was like, it's going to be one of these two. That's why I bought the Bambu, because I read and I heard that you don't need to touch the thing, that it's self-sufficient, that it's going to run without any calibration or work. And so far, that has rung true. Another impression I had was this bad boy is pretty loud. It's louder than my Ender 3. It's louder than my Soval. Now, it's not substantially louder. However, where I have it in my house is in the downstairs, and I can pretty much hear it everywhere in my house. I am not quite at the absolute opposite side of the house, as far away from the printer as I can. And notice I don't have doors shut or anything. I can clearly hear the printer. So it is loud. That speed that I was talking about, well, it comes with a price. And that price is how loud it is. Most likely not going to be a problem, right? I could put it upstairs and maybe put some walls between us to make it less loud. When I'm by myself, I don't care if it's loud. It's not so loud you can't hear the TV or it's going to impede your everyday life. I will say if I have people over, though, I don't print because it is loud enough it would be a distraction to someone who's not used to that noise and who doesn't know about 3D printing. So one thing to remember before you buy the P1S, it is pretty loud. One of the best things that I was very impressed with by the P1S, really it's more of a Bambu thing, not just a P1S thing, is Bambu Studio. So I was blown away and I was caught off guard on how easy it is to connect to the printer and send files and prints through the cloud. In my other printers, I used an SD card. So that's how I've always done 3D printing. But knowing that I can go to Bambu Studio on my phone, on the desktop app, and I can look at their store and immediately it says this is tuned, created for the P1S, send it to the printer and have it printing with me doing nothing is wild. The fact that I can look in here and I can see a video of my print that's going on right now, that I can see that it's 19% done, I see all the statuses, is awesome. I mean, I didn't buy this printer for that, but man, it's nice. It's going to be hard. It's hard to use one of the other printers now because I'm like, oh, I have to use an SD card. It's a killer. I know I sound like an old man. This probably isn't something that's a revelation to a lot of us, but if you're used to using the Ender or maybe another one of the lower end 3D printers like I have, or even if it's just an older printer, you're used to the SD card. There you go. That's in the past, man. Use the app. It's so convenient, so nice. That is going to be something you're instantly going to fall in love with. Now, one thing I don't like about the P1S, or should I say maybe Bambu, is Bambu Studio. I know, I just bragged on them, but now I'm going to rag on them. So Bambu Studio is the slicer for your P1S. I will admit I've used Cura my entire life. My entire 3D printing life, I have used Cura. I've tried a couple others, but I've stuck with Cura, and it's intuitive. I know the ins and outs. Bambu Studio, I am having a bear, really learning how to use it. It's not intuitive. I don't feel like it's super user-friendly. It doesn't operate the same way that Cura does. And it just kind of messed with my mind a little bit. And to give you an example, I make a lot of my own 3D models. So I'll go into, let's just keep it simple. I go into Tinkercad and I make a 3D model, right? I mean, let's say this little guy right here, this little unknown. So I go in Tinkercad, I have 3 different files. I have the pupil, and then I have the white part of the eye, and then I have his body. In Tinkercad, I position and I make the size that I want, exactly how I want there in Tinkercad. I export each file individually. When I import it in Cura, it keeps the size and the position as it was in Tinkercad. So it's no big deal. As long as I centered it and put it in position where I wanted in Tinkercad, I'm good to go. Bambu Studio is not like that. I bring them in, it doesn't keep the size or well, it'll probably keep the size, but it doesn't keep the position. So now I've got 3 different STL files, and I have to, in Bambu Studio, find a way to put them together so that they don't overlap and there's not a gap. And again, I'll admit, right, I am a month and a half in. This isn't a full review. This is just a first impression. I can tell you the first impression is that this slicer is complicated. It's not intuitive. There are a lot of cool features, but it bungles the most basic ones. So it's been a nightmare, I'll be honest. So that I really don't like. I really wish, and maybe there is, I need to do more research. I wish there was a way Cura could slice for the Bambu P1S, because that's what I would do single-handedly, even if I had to use the SD card. Any of my own files, I would use Cura, and then any outside files, I would use Bambu Studio. Is probably what I would do. That is a learning curve. It's going to take a while. I've watched YouTube videos. They don't help much because the things I'm struggling with are very specific. And so again, I still need to work on it. Maybe I'll reach out to customer service and they can help out. But just know, if you're going to a new Bambu machine, or I guess rather you had other machines and you're going to a Bambu machine, know that that slicer is going to be a learning curve you're going to have to handle with. And in my case, it's kind of been a bear. So that's it for part 2 of this series. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, please comment below. So far, I really do. I absolutely love my printer. It has all the features that I was looking for and more. It's held up to every benchmark and every hope that I had for it, if not actually exceeded it. The only issue has been learning Bambu Studio. But again, I've got time to learn. And hopefully with YouTube, with customer service, I'll get a grasp of that a little better. And then it will be borderline a perfect machine. So really, so far, fantastic first impressions. The last review, I want to use it for several more months and really put it through its ringer and test the longevity of it before I actually do a final review. But happy to answer any comments below if you have questions. Thanks a ton. Happy printing.